Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So I kind of wanted to tell you guys about Airbnb complaints and reviews based off of your clean. Now, I don't get too many bad reviews. Once a month I will get someone saying something, whether that is there was hair in the bed, which is the first today. There was cobwebs, the window sills weren't clean, which is correct because I don't usually do those all the time, but now I've implemented doing that on every single clean. Because sometimes I feel like when you're so used to cleaning something, you will have like that downtime where like maybe you're waiting on linen and maybe you're like on your phone. Or like you'll be like, okay, let me straighten this up. But those are the times that you want to look for certain things and even reach like the ceiling fans and wiping those down. I have actually never have wiped off a ceiling fan until last week. And I'm like, oh my God, how did I forget something like that? But I think that since everything is ground level, I'm just like wiping it down, but I'm not looking up at like what needs to be dusted from the corners, etc. But dealing with these complaints is highly important. In dealing with them the professional way. Of course, you may feel offended and feel like you cleaned everything right. Oh, I spent 6 hours there. And it really doesn't matter how long you spend there if it's a long period of time. What really matters is the quality of service you're offering. So I know sometimes I can get very tired and I'll be on like fourth, fifth one, which I don't do anymore. Maybe do it once out of the week. But when I get onto the fourth and fifth one, sometimes you are exhausted. And this goes back to the comment that one of my hosts made that, you know, we're human. We all get tired. There may be something that we miss, etc. And even though there's 3 of us now cleaning, you know, my brother and my daughter don't clean like I do. They really typically don't really do the cleaning part. My brother will clean, but I'll go back behind him and find little hairs in places. And I'm like, hey, you got to watch out for something like this. But dealing with these comments and reviews, I always look at all the reviews on all the listings that I have, because you want to make sure that you are looking and making sure is anything being pointed out, like the bed wasn't made a certain way. Did you leave hair somewhere? Was something stained, etc. Lots of things that make a big difference is having hair left out in corners on the floor from mopping, or stained linen. And it doesn't matter if it's the last thing and it's stained, I have to remove it. And even if that's saying like you put on a duvet and it's stained and there's no other duvet and you don't have time to wash, then just put that comforter out and worry about the duvet next time, because it's just so important. But dealing with these things like this from hosts, it's important that you stay professional. So in the beginning, it was like, okay, it was a learning lesson. Okay, next time I'll do that. Next time I'll do that. But then after a while, it's like, you're in the game and it's like, okay, like you're cleaning, everything's going well. And then you get that one comment and you feel like everything's been going so well and you feel offended. And it's so easy to feel offended, and it's so easy for you to get upset, and it's so easy for you to kind of like make a smart comment back, but it's not what you're supposed to do, and it's not how you should respond. Your response should always be professional, like, thank you for bringing this to my attention. Next time I'll look thoroughly through the sheets while making the bed and after the bed. I'm also going to start recording videos and taking quality pictures, so make sure, whatever it may be, like, it's important that you do take quality pictures, and it's really important that you make sure that you video camera everything. Like after you're done with a bed, video camera underneath the bed, behind the toilets, behind the kitchen sink, the trash, anything, because you never know, we're going to run into that guest who will like make up something because they get to the Airbnb and they don't like it, or they want their money back, or they're just trying to run a scam basically. And then there are times where people are really telling the truth. They did find one single little hair and they're going to complain about it, Okay. And so things like that, it's like, it sucks. You know what I mean? Like I ran into last month, my host told me like, everything looks good, but can you please start wiping down the shower heads where like the water comes out? And I will wipe off the outside of it, but not the inside, because I'm usually like using it to like wet down the shower liner to get all the hair off, etc. But now I take that and say, okay, I need to improve. I need to make sure that I'm wiping down the shower head. This month I got my host telling me, hey, we're getting complaints about cobwebs, window seals, and it's not just on your clean, we're letting all of our cleaners know. But beforehand, he had told me a guest did complain about the windowsills not being wiped down, but the quality of the clean was good. All the surfaces were clean, but cobwebs and ceiling fans were not. So it's just really important that you take those things and you say, okay, this is where I need to start keeping an eye on those things, making sure I clean those things, making sure that instead of rushing through a clean, you may have to get to the next one, making sure that you do quality service. And even if that means changing your products, if that means getting new products, because you want to make sure that you are covering these things, because it may not be one guest who complains, it may be the 5th, 6th, 7th guest who complains, but you want to make sure that you do those type of things. And I know with mopping, like a lot of times when I mop the bathroom, because hair just seems like to be the biggest problem with Airbnb cleaning. That was actually the first time I got a complaint about hair being in the bed. I've never got a complaint about that, but that's something that I always look for when completing the bed. Like sometimes the bed will even be made and I'll go back, pull back the comforter and just take a look, and I will find little specks of hair and I have to grab it. So just making sure you do a quality check on every single clean, and don't take more than what you can take on, more than what you can handle. If you can't accept that clean, don't accept it. And it's just really important that you understand that, because you know, sometimes it's like we want all this money and such good money, but it also is very overwhelming. It can be frustrating with trying to get to the cleans, because you never know, you know, you get to one clean, oh, now they're saying they need a deep clean. Or you get to one clean, the shower is molded. Like this one here, I'm gonna show you guys a photo. That ended up being a deep clean. Just different little things. Every guest is different. They may drink a lot and have alcohol bottles everywhere. They didn't clean up. They probably woke up with a hangover, didn't load the dishwasher, none of that stuff, didn't strip the beds, etc. So I just want you guys to know that it's highly important that you respond professionally. Always respond professionally no matter what, even if you feel a certain way. And I speak for myself, because there has been times where I will I remember the very first time I was like, I took 6 hours cleaning that place. And he's like, I know you do a great job, but there was this issue. And it's like, it doesn't matter how long I took. Did I do the job correctly? And did I mark off everything off my checklist to make sure that I did a superb job? And with Airbnb, it's like that. With residential, it's like that. People sometimes will go into places trying to find something that is stained, try to look for something that's not right. And then there's some people that just will come across it, won't say anything. And then there's some people who will come across something and then we'll let you know in a private feedback. So just make sure that you respond professionally. Don't take it to heart. It's not going to be your first bad review, your first bad complaint, and it's not going to be your last. So, you know, shake it off and just move forward with it, and just understand that you need to correct that issue the next time. And like I said, respond with, thank you for bringing that to my attention. Next time I will make sure I look thoroughly after the clean, etc. But always take pictures and photos, because that is really important. In the beginning, I used to always take photos behind the toilet and underneath the beds, and sometimes you get lazy where it's just like snap, 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 snap. But you always want to cover your end too. So make sure you take videos. And I know your storage is going to be full. And, you know, maybe after a week after, you can take all that stuff off your phone or whatever. But I have so many photos on my phone from Airbnb. But it's just, you got to make sure you cover your end too, just in case. This complaint that I just had now, this makes me say, hey, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up real close to that tub. And I'm going to do a slow video from across, from the corners, everywhere. The bathroom too. When I'm done mopping, I go like this and I take a very good video of details, because it's highly important, right? You're gonna get that one guest who may say, "Oh yeah, there was actually a hair in the bed," and maybe there was, but then they're gonna say that there was hair somewhere else and make it seem worse than what it was when it really wasn't like that. And that's not to downplay what a guest says. That's not to downplay it at all. But I also do know how guests will say certain things. I've been through certain situations. I've heard different stories. That's just kind of how the game goes. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you on the next one.